Hey, good morning, everybody. I've got good news, and then I've got more good news. So I'll wait for some folks to come on. I'll make a little speech, and I'll get into comments. So let's start off with the good news. It started off as bad news last night because I got my new phone and I got my Sabine Tech microphones, and I set it all up last night, downloaded the app, and I hooked up the microphones, and I had the exact same problem as I had before. Even with the new whiz-bang phone. One microphone was loud, the other one was very low in volume, yada, yada, yada. So I was in a really crappy mood and getting confused and pissed off and all that other happy stuff. And so I wrote to Sabine Tech. I finally figured out how to contact them, and they were awesome, and they got back to me. And what they told me was was really good news, because I had ordered a set. I griped about it on a review. They sent me another set supposedly for free. And then I heard that I had to send them back. So I had conflicting messages, and I was going to write Amazon and say, hey, what's the deal? Well, if Amazon now charges me for 4 microphones, that's fine. I'll pay for them because actually I need them. It wasn't Sabine Tech's fault. I'm a big boy. I can bite it if I have to. Here's the dealio. I was having problems with the app, and they admit that their app is difficult to navigate. I mean, and I watched the how-to video stuff and all that, and all the guys that do reviews of these types of things said, man, these instructions are tough. These are very confusing. Well, it turns out that if I have 3 microphones, that I can actually dedicate one to be like a receiver and not go through the application, but use my regular video, not application, but the regular video on my phone, and still use 2 microphones that will now go through that 3rd receiver. So I have 4 microphones, and here's the dealio. Here's the good news. I'm going to keep them. If they charge me for them, no problem, because I'm actually going to be using them, and it was my fault, not theirs. I will use the 3 microphones. One is a receiver. The other 2 is broadcast microphones, and I won't have to jack around through the friggin' app that I have so much problems with because I'm elderly and I'm a senior citizen and I don't know anything about electronics. So that's the good news. And then the 4th microphone will go to yours truly. I mean, not yours truly, but my partner in crime over here, Baby May, who's in the other room doing yoga in a bikini. Go figure. I'll never come say hi. So anyway, I'm very, very happy about that. And if, like I said, if they charge me for the extra ones, I'm not going to debate it any further. I'm not going to contact Amazon. Again, I got 2 conflicting informations. One said from Sabine, just keep them. It's cool. We won't charge you. And then Amazon says, hey, you didn't send them back. We're going to charge you. That had me all twisted because of conflicting information. And sending stuff back here is not simple. I got to go get a label printed. I got to go to the post office. It could take 3 months to get back to them. And I was having all these scenarios in my head. The other good news is something that I was suspicious of has been finally kind of confirmed by a friend of mine. I am not going to mention any names. I'm not even going to mention my friend's name or the other person's name or anything else. But a while ago, I did, I guess I should say loose lips sink ships, right? A while ago, months ago, long time ago, I said something on one of my, either in a video or on a live stream. I honestly don't remember what. And the next thing I knew, there was a certain person that has a YouTube channel that did a video on that subject. And I remember I was talking to my friend Ian, and I said, "Hey, dude, what do you think about this?" And he goes, it's a coincidence. And don't think too much about it. I said, "Yeah, you're right. It's just a coincidence." Well, sure enough, I did a video again, and I mentioned something. Again, I'm not going to get into the topics because I don't want to call anybody out. This is a hobby. This isn't my job. But what do you know? Same person took that idea and ran with it. Happened a third time on a comment that I made when I did a live stream with Geo back in the day. Took a saying that I had, if you will, and turned it into a video. And then just the other day on my last live stream, I mentioned something, and this guy wrote me today, "Thank you very much. I'll keep you anonymous." And he said, "I think you might want to check out." He says, "I think you need to start keeping your mouth shut," because I mentioned for a fourth time that I was going to do a video, or thinking about doing a video on a certain topic. Again, I'm going to keep that down. And he says, "I think you might want to check out somebody's channel." And he wouldn't tell me who, because he didn't want to be the bad guy. And I appreciate that. That's the right way to do it. And so, sure enough, there it was. There was the video about the topic that I had just mentioned, I think the day before yesterday. So the good news is that my intuition, if you will, was right. And now information is power, right? So any more ideas that I have about any topics or videos or anything such as that nature is, I'm just not going to talk about them anymore. I'm going to just keep my mouth shut and keep it under wraps. The good news on top of the good news on top of the good news. Wow, look at my hair. I just woke up. Is I take it as a compliment. Imitation is the most sincere form of flattery, right? And so, but I do feel a little disrespected, if you will, because this is a person that I had helped. And anyway, I don't want to belabor it, but I just thought I would say that. And so I'm excited now. I'm excited about my phone. I'm excited about the technical glitch getting clarified. I did have to write them back and say, "So how do I do this with the third microphone?" And they've yet to respond. Another great thing that happened is I did a video over a year ago about my pastors, about my search for God and my religious questions and all that kind of stuff. And another one of my viewers hunted him down, Pastor Stan. And I got and he sent Stan the video that I did about him. And he said that Stan was touched by it. And that, and then I got an email this morning from Pastor Stan. And so him and I are going to reconnect, and we haven't talked in years. And I'm kind of getting a little misty about this. And so this guy is very near and dear to me, and a good friend, and I haven't talked to him forever. So I'm really looking forward to us being able to reconnect. And what else? I haven't done a video in a long time, but I have a gentleman coming over today at 4:00 that I'm looking forward to meeting and chatting with. He's a very interesting guy. He reached out to me, and he's lived here as long as me. And can you believe it? We've never, ever once crossed paths. He tends to stay home a lot. He does a lot of reading. He's a very intelligent guy. He's a very interesting guy. And I'm really looking forward to doing like maybe a 3-part series with him. And then I'm also really excited, probably next month. Once I'm going to make sure that I get everything dialed in on the new phone before I start using it. So my next video tonight will be on the old phone with the old wired microphones, because Baby May says she reached out to her friend who knows somebody that is really good with phones. And I have to admit, I'm elderly and I don't see real well. A lot of the jargon that they use when explaining stuff, I don't even know what they're talking about. And I think some older guys can relate to that. You know, it's like a different language. I wasn't raised on computers. And so anyway, he also made a suggestion, the guy that pointed out the fact that I've been plagiarized to some degree, that I'm not going to tell you about. But I'm going to take him up on it and do a video on his suggestion. So again, I thank you. And I also want to give a shout out to my buddy Goldfinger. And he's going through some trying times right now. He's lost a dear friend, and he's had some aggravation in his life. And Baby May and I just want to reach out and say hi, Goldfinger, to our friend Goldfinger. We're always thinking about you. And so that's my speech, I guess. And let's see. Oh, we were going to go out today and do some things as far as looking at a new place to live. We really want a 2-bedroom. We really want a house. We really want to have more privacy. And it's raining. So that's really kind of why I went live, because it's raining. I should be in the shower getting ready to go, because we were supposed to go somewhere at 10 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock now. And so it doesn't look like we're going to be going to go do that. So anyway, let's take some comments and see what's going on. See what's on your minds, you knuckleheads. Good morning. There's my pal, China Dave. Where is the rooster? The rooster's in the other room with Baby May. She's running around in a bikini doing yoga. Anything for a YouTube view, right? Hey, guys. Thanks for joining me. I'll have May come in and say hi later. She's really farting around the other room. It's good to see you, my brother. Hello, New York City. Hiya, John. I am never far from my coffee. With me and Baby May are rocking and rolling. We're having a great time. Yeah, you know what? Vegas. Pastor Stan is going back to Vegas. So whenever I get the hell out of here and go back to America and take care of what I got to take care of, I'll be very excited to see him and anybody else that's living in Vegas. I've already decided that not decided, but I've already suggested that when I do go home, that anybody that's in the California, La Quinta, Palm Springs area, I'll be there for a while. Maybe we could all get together and have a cup of coffee and shoot the breeze and maybe make a video together. I don't know. And then the same thing in Vegas. I would love that. Yeah, now here's a comment that has never been truer. Can I tell you why? I'll tell you how old I am. When I was a finance director, I had a secretary. And I don't think you're allowed to say that word anymore. I think they're assistants but I don't know. But anyway, I still say stewardesses and I still say secretaries. And so when I wanted something done, I would say, hey, so-and-so, will you fax this? Will you email this? Will you print this? And I never learned how to do it. I just said, here, you do it. I like talking to people on the phone. Yeah, it's awesome. And I was really, there's nobody harder on me than me. I really beat myself up way too much. And so, but I just, last night I woke up this morning and I was still a little grouchy, but then I said, you know what? It's just stuff. And once again, here we go. We're letting stuff control us instead of us controlling it. And how important really is it? I was having a great time before I had anything but my phone. And now we've got all this stuff and supposedly to make it better. And I'm actually more interested in May's channel going up because this is her opportunity to make some money without mopping floors. And it's the same thing with her sister. Her sister started a little channel. And I know that there's been a lot of comments that everybody's girlfriend has a channel and they're all doing this, they're all doing that, wah, wah, wah. Well, so what? I give an A for effort, and it's better than sitting on your ass, doing nothing and just complaining and having no purpose. Now, I've seen, and you guys that have followed me for a while, have seen a tremendous change in May. She's much more outgoing. She's much more confident. She's much more creative. It's not that she's more creative. I think it brought it out of her. And the same thing with her sister and any of these other people that are doing YouTube. Women, girlfriends, whatever. It's an opportunity. And they have a chance to make some money. They have a chance to meet some people. They have a chance to make some friends. They're definitely going to make some haters. And I just can, I commend them. I think it's awesome. Good morning, sir. Well, when we launch it, I'm not going to tell you. And I don't mean to be a dick, but we really want to just do it totally anonymously. We just want, it's an experiment. Start a new channel, have a couple of guys on it, and it's going to be for 18 and over only. So you're going to have to go through it. We don't expect there to be a lot of subscribers or anything like that. It's more of a social experiment that we're both curious about doing. And so when we launch the channel, that's the main thing we don't want to do is tell anybody about it. Our names won't be on it. We won't, we want to just sort of see how it goes. And we want to take what little bit we've learned in the last year or two doing YouTube that we can apply right away, that we had to learn the hard way. How are they hanging? I'm just glad they're still there. Good morning, kids. We haven't made the channel yet. It'll be a next month thing. We both got too much on our plates. So when I do make the channel, I'll say, okay, we made the channel, and then that'll be that. How's that sound? And I'm not trying to be, it's just something that we wanted to do for an experiment and another outlet and something that we could have total fun with and just be off the hook. And it doesn't need to necessarily be about the Philippines. It could be about any topic. Good morning, David. Hello, my friend. You are the coolest guy I know. I'll tell you right now. Yeah. It's an awesome thing, Dave. It's awesome that a guy reached out. I once told a story back in the day about how when I was a kid, I used to spend my summers on Coronado Island with the Sanders family. And another viewer reached out, and I had lost track of these people. And another viewer back in the day reached out and hunted down and said he grew up with those people. He lived on the island at the time. And unfortunately, my friend Mitch has already passed away. And I didn't know that. He had become a fire captain. But I got awesome viewers. You guys were all rock stars, I got to tell you. Hi, Paul. In case your viewers are confused, a level 4 do not travel for me is not a travel ban. I've been up to 3 level COVID advisory didn't. Yeah, yeah, you're right. It's a warning. It's not a ban. I sold a car once. They had to bring it back. We call that a UFO. You freaking know it. Hey, from Thailand. All right. Scotland. I think I'm Scottish. I want to do one of those genealogy things. I think that would be interesting. I don't know if I can do that from here. There's my buddy. Jerry just did a video with Mark. Check it out. She's never done yoga before in her life. In fact, the yoga mat is mine. I was going to do yoga, and I never did it. And so she's out there doing it right now. Thank you, Mike. Yeah, I can't wait to get there. I'm really hot to trot to go. Rike just went to California. I just talked to him, asked him how it went. He's in this very similar situation as mine, but his is more chronic, if you will. I guess my father fell, and back in about the same time, I think back in November, and hurt himself. But he's done a real good recovery. He's feeling a lot better and doing much better. So, but Rike, Henry, whatever you want to call him, his mom got really sick and was in intensive care, so he had to go back. And I just sent him a message yesterday, and he responded this morning. And I think him and I are going to do a live stream or something together. See if that idea doesn't get hacked. Hey, man, how you doing, kid? Question, sir? I know it's required to have the Medicaid when we hit 65. We hit 10%. Does that affect something we need to enroll to keep the Medicaid? I don't know the dynamics behind that. I guess when I did my Medicaid thing down at Social Security that I signed up for it, Part B, if that's what you're referring to. So $144 a month comes out of my check, my Social Security check for the Part B. But it's only good in the States. It's not good here. But it's part of my long game, you know. If I get really sick, I can go home. Good morning, Clearwater, Florida. Yeah, thank you, man. She's doing really good. She had a great video that she just released. Came out really well. She's getting better with her English and all that good stuff. No, that's, you know what? It's again, I feel blessed because I do this as a hobby, and it keeps me from being bored. It's one of those things that when there's nothing else going on, like right now, I didn't plan to do a live stream today, but it's raining outside, so I can't go do what we did have planned. So what the hell? Say hi to everybody. I like live streams. Well, thank you very much, my friend. We appreciate that. Yeah, Riza's got, they kind of got to get out of the zone of, man, I hate to coach them. I like to let them evolve, if you will. And, but yeah, she's getting better. And that's what happens with all these girls. I've noticed them all get just more adept at it, less shy, and hopefully more creative. And they have a lot of challenges with internet where they live. Some of them, like Riza's, are way out in the province. And so we gave her a phone, and we gave her a, what do you call it? A microphone, and older one. And we encourage it. But I'm no longer, except with the exception of Riza, I'm not going to promote any other people's channels. Yeah, more power to him, was right. Good evening, Paul. Good evening, Craig. You know what's interesting is, that's an interesting question, because I was thinking about that this morning. I was looking at cars. right? And I went into a couple, 3 months ago, I think it was, or maybe less. I can't, time is just weird with me. But anyway, we went to 3 dealerships. I just wanted to kind of look at different stuff and get kind of a benchmark in my head about prices and models and options and all that. And the first place we went into was a Toyota dealership. No big deal. Walked in, right? The second place we went into was a Hyundai place. In the showroom, looking around, all this, that, and the other. Third place we went to was Kia. And by the time we got to Kia, I actually started to feel nauseous by being in the showroom and all this stuff swirling around me. If anybody was burnt out on a job, it was me. And I actually felt physically ill by the time we got to the last thing I want to do is walk into another showroom or be around a car business or a car deal. It's just, I was overbaked. I don't think people realize just how tough a gig that is. They like to knock car salesmen. I'm a used car salesman. No, those are some of the hardest working, most, there's jack-offs in the industry. Sure. Name one industry where there isn't. But for the most part, really, really, really good people, hardworking people, a lot of disappointment, a lot of conflict, if you will, that they don't want, they don't deserve. So my hat's off to them. I have a lot of respect for people in the business. Yeah, I know. But there will be something, Brian, that at some point in time we'll just say, okay, this is what we did. But we want to get it off our or out of our systems. I think it is, of doing this our little way, and then once something happens, we'll talk about it together, and we'll just say, okay, let's go ahead and light them up. There's my buddy right there. God bless you, Goldfinger. Really, this is a good guy right here, everybody. I just want you to know that this is a guy with a heart of gold. And I'm really, really sorry for your loss. And, but you know what? Anyway, we just talked. So, I don't worry about it. I don't worry about it. In fact, I find it, like I said I don't dwell on it or anything. It's just, I find it amusing, and I find it almost flattering. Again, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. But because of the history, I was a little disappointed with this individual. So anyway, is what it is. You don't really know a person till you've known them for a while. Here's a little wisdom for you. At Skip's Resort, my wife said that's where you stayed, was super expensive. Oh, you guys must be having a conversation amongst yourself. Hello, Oregon. Gary Tucker, I got an appointment for my first shot, so I'll probably grow a tail soon. Yes. And an increase in weird hair growing from different places. Yeah, there's McGill. I mean, and McGill-Vray. My dad or somebody looked into it. I think it's a Scottish lineage. But McGill-Vray, I guess they have, what do they call it? The hell they call it? I'll think of it. Checking in. Well, thank you, Rick. Look for Reese on Facebook, but she said this one. Is Riza with much younger pictures but no products? Other is her full name, no products? That's a good question. I'll ask Matt. Because Riza was trying to sell stuff online, and then she's trying to make a buck. She's got 3 kids, right? And so that just wasn't working. A lot of competition and a lot of hassle, outlay, etc. So as far as her Facebook goes, maybe I'll try to put a link or something in this puppy once it processes, and I can put it in the description box. If you want her Facebook, we can probably get that handled. Yeah, did we get advice? I'm not planning on moving there. No, sir. I am planning to visit it, but I can't go because I can't get back here. And thank God that there's nothing critical that has to get done. I mean, I got a laundry list of stuff that I need to do, but none of it's critical. Not going to rock my world if I don't do it. But I would love to see my father. Like I said, he's 96. He had a fall, but he's a tough old geezer. So, and he's got a great attitude in life. He's always laughing, and he always sees the positive instead of the negative. So, I'm just waiting it out, boys and girls. You know, I'm just waiting it out. I'm hoping that by the end of this year, they'll let us go and let us come back. I guess Rike went through 5 weeks of hell trying just to get out of the country. So I didn't know that, but I'm looking forward to the video. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We all have haters, Daryl. You're right. And that's on envy. What I was actually referring to more, though, was copycats. In other words, taking an idea or a thought for a video and then running with it before I had a chance to. And now if I go through with it, it looks like I'm copying that person. So it doesn't matter. I got a million ideas. And I asked other YouTube guys, you know, what's your biggest challenge? And they go, content. I can't think of new content. And I'm thinking, God, I can always come up with, I always think of stuff. I'm just too lazy to do it sometimes. But next month, I will say this, because I don't think this isn't something you can plagiarize or copy. But next month, I'm going to slow down, I think, in general. And I'm going to do more. I'm going to try to do. I've got a couple, 3 interviews that are kind of like scheduled that are with interesting people like Stash Wagner, the musician. I told him once we get my new camera, because I want to do longer videos. And right now I'm maxed out at about 30 minutes on my old phone. With a new phone, I can go on for hours. Excuse me. But Stash has got a lot to say, and I would like to do some longer videos. So I want to get with Stash one more time. The gentleman that I'm going to interview this afternoon, I probably would like to do 2 or 3 or 4 parts with him, because he's got a lot of segments of his life that I would like to explore. That being said, after I get that up and out of the way, I think I'm going to stop the interview stuff, or at least slow it down. And I'm also going to slow down my own little channel. If I do a video, I want to do it. I want to kind of go back to my roots. I want to go back to just, talking. I'll change locations as opposed to just sitting on the couch with that goofy chicken. That bastard. And I think the camera and the mics and all that with the improved technology will allow me to be in different settings, which will keep it more interesting for me, because it's all about me and for you guys. So But I do want to slow it down. I just want to. Um, I just don't want to focus so much on it. If it's something that's cool, I want to talk about it. I don't want to feel like I got to do a video to do it. I'm doing good, Skipper. Oh, I want to meet all you guys when you get over here. I'm afraid that's far away in the future, but you know, it is what it is. Well, let's go fishing. And you golfing there too. Oh, the car story is going to be great. But like I said, I've got a beginning and a middle, but I don't have an end. But it's going to be, and Mark is going to help me with that. Good morning, Mr. Ron. Good morning, John. I always forget about the guy button. Usually it's Upland Dave that says that. But yeah, bend at the knees and hydrate. Okay. I guess we are getting a little tanner now that we're buzzing around outside so much. Yeah, I haven't seen Kingley. Yeah, that's me, Mr. Blah Blah. Guy pulled a hammy. As long as it didn't affect the grind. Yeah, yeah, Stash is really cool. What were we talking about the other day? Not him, but someone else. Something about what? I don't like marijuana. I've tried it like 4 or 5, 6, 7, 10 times, whatever. I don't like it. "40 degrees in Washington, D.C. Hey, they're supposed to make Washington, D.C. a state, aren't they? Recap? Well, the recap is I got some issues resolved with the phone that I was having last night. And the recap is that I've decided to keep my mouth shut on the advice of a friend who validated something that I thought was a concern but didn't know for sure. And I'm not going to stop. I'm going to stop talking about what I'm going to be doing in the future. So, and it's raining. ARL. King Lee. Yeah, I haven't seen King Lee in a while. And he came out. Yeah, it could wait till tomorrow. Hey, you know, what's more important than this? In fact, don't do it at all. Yeah, man. What genealogy site? I thought, don't you have to send in like some hair sample or something so they can run DNA and check all that good stuff? I don't know if I can do it from here either. Because, like I said, the mail takes forever. I've been good, Todd. Online. How you doing, Monroe? Yeah. A lot of people waiting to get back. Yeah, you just do it online. I did it online when I was in the States. Okay. Let's see there. Let's see. Oh, okay. Hello from Con. We have met a few times around the neighborhood. There are lists here as well in Valencia for the COVID vaccine shot. I actually have a video signing up. Check it out. American in Express. Okay, I will. How will I ever get some time alone? Some peace. Yeah, I like it too. Stash is a real humanitarian type of guy, very humble guy, and not what you think a rock star would be. What about keeping fit in Valencia? Well, we'll walk and go to the gym. It's not Bud. I haven't seen Bud. I keep wanting to get together with him, but it just hasn't been conducive. But when Bud and I get together, we have a great time. So, yeah, that goofy chicken. Hydrate is very important. You hit the like button. I know it's tough. It does help the algorithm, though. Oh no, I can just imagine. May does that though. She sits on the back and holds her selfie stick thingy, and she videotapes us driving around. So today with baby May goes on one of her adventures. She likes to do the traveling stuff. Yeah. I don't know. You guys think we should get married? Don't comment. Yeah, I do want to do I do want to get together with Bud, and we will. Last time we got all screwed up because once again I didn't know what I was doing technically, but I got that figured out. Really? Meaning son of the stranger. That's interesting. But don't you have to send like a hair? I just talked to a guy the other day who did it, and he found out that he's 3% Filipino. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe have a granola bar because it is strenuous. Get a massage. Yeah, in fact, that's what I'm going to recommend. If you hit the like button, run out immediately and get a massage. Let's see. Good morning, Paul. From what you've seen, do expats prefer lighter or darker skinned Filipinos? I would say darker. I think they find it exotic. Let's see. What was the one thing that surprised you the most when you first moved to the Philippines, whether it was positive or negative? That's a very good question. I would say that, believe it or not, the dogs, the animals, the condition of the animals um, broke my heart as I travel, especially after I think I was here 10 or 12 days or something like that that one? Before I rented a scooter and I started going through different, I was just driving around. I would turn down this street and I would turn down that street. And it just broke my heart to see the condition of the animals here. The starvation, dogs that had been hit and they were dragging their back legs, mange, fleas. They had lost skin, and I hate to say this, maybe it's, don't take it the wrong way, but I was thinking the most merciful thing would be to just put all these dogs down. I mean, they're in misery, right? And so, but then I have a friend that was my neighbor, and he did the whole thing about rescuing dogs. But how many can you rescue? It's expensive. And I don't know. Don't take it wrong. I'm a dog lover, and I hate to see anybody or anything suffer. And these dogs just, and cats are just in horrible shape and flea bitten and infected. And I had this cat that adopted me at the old apartment and had this real bad infection in its eye. And the other thing that shocked me was I forgot that dogs have balls. Because all the dogs in America are neutered. It was like, this was like, oh yeah, that's how they're supposed to look. Anyway, that was probably the biggest impression. That's what's happened. My buddy King Wei is in quarantine. I don't think they're thirsty to match me because I don't have that big a channel. But I think that people are thirsty for content because it can be the most challenging thing if you've got to crank out a video every 3 days, because that's kind of like the rule of it. So May was trying to crank one out every day, and I told her it was overkill. I said, do one every 3 days. But I witnessed it with May. I witnessed it. She feels compelled to do a video. And thank God she took my advice, which I did give her. I said, baby, quit saturating yourself here. You're diluting your videos by throwing one out there day after day after day after day after day. Give the video a chance to either succeed or fail, one way or the other, and then launch another one and try to launch it all at the same time. So it gets to be repetitive, and those that do like to view you can view you, and it becomes a pattern, if you will. I don't follow any of that advice. Sometimes I launch videos the minute I make them. Sometimes I launch them at midnight, and then sometimes I launch them at 6 a.m. I do know the optimum time to launch a video. And so the only time I actually pay attention to that and do it is if I think the video is really worthwhile watching. Some of it's just knucklehead, silly stuff that I'm having fun with. Ancestry wants you to spit in a tube. Okay, I can do that. I tried posting a clickable link, but now links are blocked. But I'll if you're talking about the Facebook thing for Riza, I'll put that up. Hey, baby.
Yeah.
Remind me to put a link up for Riza's Facebook.
Okay.
Okay, after the little show here.
Okay.
And then come in and say hi later. Bobby Rose, the best pizza is Rocky. So you guys are having a great conversation. That's good. Oh, here she comes. So what are you doing? Are you doing
yoga?
Yoga
Swimsuit.
Yoga swimsuit.
Guys, good morning. 250. Thank you for watching to the default channel, guys. I'm back to yoga.
Yeah, get out of here.
Bye.
Friggin' May, my little hippie. What happened? Did I get lost again? Holy smokes. Where was I? I don't know where I was. Oh, there I am. Okay. Lots of rain in Bekong. Yeah, I believe it, brother. I believe it. It's raining here. We were going to go out and check out a 2-bedroom. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. Good morning from Tennessee. And there's some barbecue there. Ooh. That's a good question. I've been to Vietnam, Thailand, and Indonesia, and I've liked them all I didn't like Indonesia that much, but I've been to them I like them for what they were. I've said it before, I prefer Thailand over the Philippines. So if I was going to change a country, it would be to Thailand. That's where I would go. But I like to bounce out of here once a year without all this COVID nonsense and just go on a 2-week vacation and look around. Because you can find a deal on an airline flight and you can find a deal. Usually I go stay with my friend Gary. When he goes somewhere, I just bounce in. We hang out together for a couple of weeks, and that's that. But if I was to go, I would just go and do I've never done Airbnb, so I'll give that a shot next time. And let's just say 2 years from now, when all this lifts, I'll continue to do that. I'll go to wherever is safe. I'd like to go to Cambodia. I'd like to go to Malaysia, check those places out. Wouldn't mind going to Mexico. And I wouldn't mind going to some places like Turkey and Colombia. I mean, I only got so many years left. May as well go look around. Yeah. Isn't it scary when you see old pictures of yourself? Yeah, maybe I should write a manual on that, because hitting the like button on these videos is super strenuous and should almost come with a warning. Yeah, Bud and his wife. Gloria's a trip. Gloria likes you when she does stuff like hit shit. You don't mention your son much anymore. I pray he is doing well. God bless you and your family. Boy, I would get into that, but it would get plagiarized. See, I said no comments. Yeah, it takes it away, right? Yeah. May's white for the most part. Good morning, Rena. How are you? Visa for you guys. Singapore for week. Yeah. Singapore. That's the dealio. Is the first time out of the country is the toughest. And so, because they do what's called offloading. So from what I understand, Singapore is really fairly easy for some reason to go there. And so let's just do a hypothetical, which I don't like doing. Let's just say May actually did follow through and get a friggin' passport. First place I would take her would be like Singapore, Hong Kong, and we would just spend one night. And it would just be an exercise, really, just to go and come back, and then do another one that's easy, go and come back. Might even just do a turnaround, and just to get her a couple of stamps in the old passport. And then I would really like to take her to Thailand or Vietnam. But I think she would love Thailand because it's just so beautiful. And we could do a lot of touristy stuff there, Yeah, that's true. Yep. Oh, man. That is everybody, it's amazing. They equate the darker skin with it's sort of a social status. So the lighter your skin, higher the status, if you will. And a lot of the TV stars out here, the Filipino TV stars, always seem to be lighter skinned. So that sort of sets that bar. And May uses whitening soap. Every female that I know, I can't say every female that I know because I haven't been in all their bathrooms, but the majority of the Filipinas use it. lightning soap. You know, you can't go into China without having their vaccine. I was told that by a guy that works in China or through China. So if you want to go to China, which I don't, but if I did, I would have to take their vaccine or they won't let you in. Little, in case you're ever on Jeopardy and they ask you that question, now you have the answer. What's this say? I think it's working. Hello, Rena from Valencia. Rena's Dreams and Lifestyles. Where'd you come from? Yeah, the dogs break my heart. Richard Guthrie, that's my neighbor. He's very proactive. He actually donated, I think, his motorcycle to the dog rescue dealio out here. And he personally rescued a number of dogs and paid for it, but it was like $200 or $300 a dog, I think, to get them up to snuff. But it's heartbreaking to see the condition of the animals. And I'm pretty sure that it's not just here. I imagine if you went to India or Cambodia or any other third world, if you want to call it country, that's the shape they're in. But it does my heart good to see a dog with a pair of balls swinging from him. I was just told by a guy a little while ago that I guess they're making it available out here. Again, I haven't really looked into it. I'm not that interested in taking it. I'm not against taking it, but I imagine at one point I should do it just to, what I resent is that I don't resent the vaccine. I should be grateful for the fact that they've developed of something that keeps me and everybody else supposedly from getting sick. But what I resent is that if they want to control us with it, in other words, you can't go on our plane or you can't go from here to there unless you allow us to inject you with a foreign substance. You know what I mean? I just think it sets a dangerous precedent. No. Well, yes, I'm sorry. You don't need a Philippines driver's license, but you do need to have a driver's license. I've used, you need a passport at the rental place. They want to make a photocopy of your passport. And then if you do get pulled into a checkpoint, they're going to want to see that you have a driver's license. But if you're here for a couple of weeks and you just want to rent a scooter, no big deal. In fact, I didn't take my wallet with me one time. I just put some cash in my pocket, but I did take my passport for some reason when I was first here. I was all whacked out. And I got pulled over, not pulled over, but pulled into a checkpoint. And I showed them the rental papers and they said, do you have a license? And I go, well, I don't have my license, but I got my passport. I'm just renting this thing. And they go, okay, cool. See you later. Good job. Bye-bye. Saw a dog that had been hit with a bolo. Man, I relate. I saw a dog that had been hit, and I'm not trying to one-up you here, but I seen a dog that had been hit by a car or a motorbike, and both of its back legs were dragging. It was just walking on its front legs. And I've seen other things, but I don't want to mention it because they're kind of gross. I'm your biggest defender, old dog. Don't care for some of your associates, but that's okay. That's all right. I don't know who you're referring to, and I don't know who you're defending me from. I know there's trolly people and haters and all that kind of stuff, but Oak Ridge, Tennessee. Good morning, Paul. Someone that has a great idea tomorrow. Both sides will have a great idea too. Yeah. I'm not saying my ideas are so great, but it wasn't my idea. It was a suggestion from a subscriber. And I mentioned it. And then boom, bada bing, bada boom. it was up and running as a video. So anyway, yeah, well, that's good, Ron. Take good care of that kitty. That's not a bad idea. There he is. There's Richard Guthrie. I just mentioned you, buddy. And someone had asked me what had shocked me the most when I first got here, and I told them the condition of the animals. And then I mentioned that you were one of the good guys. You know, you invested time, energy, money, and if I'm not mistaken, I think you gave your motorbike to the animal sanctuary. So good on you. Richard's a good man. Loves animals. Medical insurance, that's, yeah, I've given it some thought, but I haven't pulled the trigger and bought any. I just have a fund that I have set up for that in the event of. I could get Phil Health, which is kind of like your entry card, if you will. Pays some of the costs. And then there is, I keep forgetting the name of it. There's a really good travel insurance that's about $2,000 a year. For some reason, it's not Blue Cross, it's something, and guys like it, but I have not invested in that. Yeah, oh no, I am very appreciative of that. Actually, I never asked for subscribers. I did an experiment one time where I asked for subscribers and I got them. If you don't ask, you don't get. But I still stand by my original feelings that if someone likes you, they'll subscribe on their own without being told. And it's not my goal to be the biggest or the best or the fastest or anything else. I just enjoy what I do. It's a hobby. But I'm going to slow it down because it's been taking too much time. And I'm bad. I feel really guilty because I don't like sitting on the computer all day. I did that for years. So I'm really crappy at getting back at comments. And I feel bad about that because somebody is kind enough to leave a comment. They deserve a response. And some days I'm just like not in the mood. So I kind of like doing live streams where I can just sort of thank all you guys for all your, support and all that kind of stuff. But sometimes I ask May to go in and talk to me. It's 1:00. Where are you? Last time I went live, I think it was, what was it? 3 a.m. here. I had slept all day and woke up at midnight and had nothing to do. So I went online. Yesterday, for the first time, we actually had a normal day. We actually went to bed at like 8:30 or 9 o'clock. Be nice to baby May. Yeah, right. I'll have May come back on and say hi again. I don't know what she's doing over there. 8:30 p.m. Break out your crystal ball. I wish I knew. I wish I knew just as bad as you. I mean, it could be, like, if I had to guess, I would say the rest of this year. I'd say next year, if I had to guess. That's a guess. Because they keep, keeps bouncing, spiking, getting better, not getting better. People taking vaccines, people refusing vaccines. Probably when enough people get inoculated, like 70% or something, maybe. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. Who the hell knows? Yeah, 41. What a pup. Happy birthday, brother. Well, thank you very much. I enjoy you guys. Not at this point in time. She doesn't have a passport. She's got to get off her ass and get it done. Yeah, it rains off and on, so hopefully we'll be able to go out and do what we want to do today. Why did I choose the Philippines over Thailand? It was a lot easier as far as the visa is concerned. Thailand's a lot less friendly as far as long-term living there. Language was one of them. So, and I always felt that if I came out here that I could, if I didn't like it, Thailand's really close. I think it's 5 hours or something total to get there. No big deal. And if that. So I figured I could bounce in. And I would have bounced in if it hadn't been for COVID. Yeah, rice is life out here. Okay, I got to suggest, start charging for asking when the Philippines will open up. They will send you the money and tell them, sorry, out of stock. That's a good idea, Jesse. I think all the vloggers that do live streams get that same question. When's it going to open up? Like we have some sort of secret information. Did you ever worry about war between the USA and China? No. I don't worry about stuff that I don't have any control over. I see Chinese ships outside off the coast near Pekong and stuff. There was one parked for a long time. I don't know what they're doing. I'm so used to you, I do it backwards. I click like and then watch your videos. Attaboy. You know, that's a habit I have, is no matter what channel I turn on to, and I don't watch the Philippines vloggers channels. I watch other videos. Like I watch a guy named Logan Alec for financial stuff. I watch a lot of comedy stuff. And I always just immediately, and of course I watch May, but I hit the like button right off the bat, just to be a nice guy. Hello, William. Yeah, I know. We always want what we don't have. Oh, man, she would die. That's the one thing about taking her ass over to Thailand is how spicy the food is, because she can't stand spicy food. Well, I hope you do, William. Let us know how you did it. You guys are having an entire conversation. We plan to go to Thailand February. Three sisters and partners. It will be my first visit there. Well, right on. My friend AJ's over there. He's got a little vlog called AJ Nomad or something like that. And he had tried to board his first flight and he didn't have a document. So he just blew through $1,000. And then a week later, he did get on the plane and he did get into Thailand and he did do the quarantine. And that second document that booted him off the first flight was no longer required by that time. So, you know, what a hassle. But he's over there and he's jumping around Bangkok and he's videotaping and seeing temples and, you know, running around and having a good time. So it is doable. But there is some requirements. I think you've got to be able to prove that you've got medical insurance for one thing. And God, I wish I could remember the name of that insurance he's got. It's supposed to be really good insurance. Anyway, there's that. And so if you want to do it, you can. And there's other places to go. There's other places in the Philippines. There's Mexico, Turkey, Albania. I know. May covers up when she gets on the bike. I imagine I could do that. I am not clear if there is any non-military hospitals over there. Hong Kong, yeah. Hong Kong is one of those places where it's very expensive, so I wouldn't go there for a long time. I don't have that kind of budget. But to take May, once she gets off her ass and gets a passport, that would be one of the places that we would go and do a turnaround. And then, because when things open up, we keep saying that, when things open up, I really do want to take her to Thailand and Vietnam and not Bali. It's too commercialized. Yeah, they do. There was no problem. In other words, when I went to Vietnam, if you're Asian, you can just walk right up to the counter and get stamped and go through. Where me as an American, I had to go through this whole thing where I had to have a letter of invitation. I had to go stand in line and wait for something to get approved. I had to pay some money, I think, and on and on and on. But an Asian or a Filipino or a Japanese or Korean or whatever can bounce right. They can bounce all over the place, no problem. Thanks, Roger. Developing country. That's right. Not third world. Let's be proper. I still say stewardess. Do all the dogs have rabies? No. No. Or I don't know what that means. Yes, we did do that. Gloria did take my hat one time and put her hat on me. That was a long time ago. I think that was, I don't know if that was in a vlog or not. Good morning, George. I don't know how great it is, but I like saying hi to everybody. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, you're right, RL. It's the language is tough. Driving on the left-hand side of the road is tough. But just as far as food and beauty and culture and stuff to do, I think it's an awesome place to go visit. I'll take the vaccine if that's the requirement. But I resent having to do it. 6 years to ban companies from requiring to get go. See, I like that. It really is infringing upon you. Now, what about people that are terrified of it, but still need to, travel for work or whatever? I mean, there's people that have absolute fear of needles or of drugs or of vaccines, and those are legitimate things to be afraid of. They have a right to be afraid of that. Or it's against their religion, or it's just, they're like me. They don't like the fact that they have to do something required by the state in order to do something on a personal level. It's a little too intrusive. What about the idea that your vaccine protects others, not just you? I don't know. I don't know that it does or doesn't. I'm not a doctor. But I will go back to that. I think as long as they were paying people in the States to stay home, that they should have been able to stay home. And I think that if they wanted to go to work and take the chance of getting sick, they should have taken the chance and gotten sick. And not expect any medical treatment. Oh man, she would go off the hook with the videos. Just off the hook. She would go nuts. Yeah. See, now that's one thing I would refuse. Is I don't want to take this Chinese vaccine. I'm not happy with Chinese. Yeah. Because he can. Exactly. I heard the States has gotten very expensive also. I talked to Gary the other day, my buddy, who went back, and he said that housing is really expensive, food is really expensive. There's a shortage of lumber, which is driving up, one of the components of driving up the prices of housing. I forget what, gas, he said, is like at $3.50, $4 a gallon. So I guess it's not that cheap to go home. And he's in Ohio. And I think he said he's paying $55 a night right now in a place that's just above roach level, while he's looking for a more permanent place. And he can't find anything that won't accept less than a 1-year lease. Like them apples. And so, he'd like to do 6 months and then see what happens so he can go back to Vietnam or wherever it is he wants to go. But it's getting expensive everywhere. I didn't know about Thailand being more expensive. I would think that with everything shuttering down, that they would get cheaper just to get people over there. Yeah, they did shut that down for a while. There you go. Yeah, it wasn't very expensive. I think that's the number. I think I paid $880 total, but it took me 5 days. It all depends on where you go. Good day. What's the whitening soap sounds? Yeah, there's nothing good about these soaps, and I don't even think they work. In fact, what was it? Papaya soap or something like that? She had in there. That's the CR behind me, by the way, because she's over there doing yoga. But I got papaya soap in my eye, and it blew my eye up. I do know every woman has a story. In fact, she has been on my channel. I think I interviewed her. And May's been on her channel. And she's my neighbor. So, yeah. Yeah, we would. It would be fun. I don't think I would do that many videos. I would probably just sit down and talk like I usually do about the experience. But May would be the one outside running around, telling everybody where she's at, what she's doing, showing off her new shoes. Hey, Kent, how you doing, boss? I've been catching your lives a lot lately. I better play the lottery. Hey, man. I have absolutely no schedule. Now, a guy wants to do a live with me on Thursday. So I said, okay, sure. I think I'm going to be on his channel. Yeah, why not? Why not just tell the truth, right? When you fail, you fail. When it goes right, it goes right. When it goes wrong, it goes wrong. Victories, failures, it's all the human experience. Are there any rental scooters with 3 wheels, one in front, 2 in the back, only a pole and 8 training wheels? I get it. I haven't seen any. Might be a private party that would do that. I've just seen regular scooters. Doesn't mean that they're not available. I know a guy that owns one of those. They seem pretty cool. Yeah, God bless Richard. He does a good job. He's back in Texas now, but I think he's still supporting them. Let's see. Hey, Bob, it's good to see you. Yeah, Frisky. That's me, Mr. Frisky. He is back in California. I just talked to him this morning. Or actually, I didn't talk to him live. We traded messages. And I think we're going to do a live stream. I will have a beer one of these days, even though I'm not a big drinker. Okay, hi, Paul and fellow old dogs coming to you from Western Australia, where we've just got into 3-day lockdown with 2 cases so far. We have been lucky and hope you guys remain so too. Well, that seems like a little overkill, doesn't it? 2 cases and a 3-day lockdown. Yeah, traveler's insurance. I'd love to tell you which company is the best because I know it somewhere and you guys do too. It's been out there and I just can't bring it out of my memory banks because I'm old and feeble. That's why. Sorry. You ever have the chance, I would love to see you interview an expat who lives in a rural area and hear their experience. Either way, enjoy the channel. Keep up the good work. Yeah. I am not bounced into anybody like that. I got to get over this comment here. I have met guys that have started off strong and gone broke and moved to the province. I'm not laughing at them, but that's the God's truth. I know one guy in particular that came over here with a finite amount of money and figured it was going to last for 4 years. And he went from renting a place for $20,000 a month, and now he's down to $6,000 a month because he burned through the cash. And guess what? It involved a woman. Go figure. Pacific Cross, is that the one, Willie? Okay. Yeah. So I'm not recommending it. I'm not endorsing it. I'm not promoting it, but I think he's right. I think it's Pacific Cross. Yeah, here we go again. Pacific Cross, Pacific Cross. Okay. So three strikes we're in, right? So check out, again, I'm not recommending it because I don't own it, but Pacific Cross is probably the best bang for the buck, kids. So here we go again. Yeah, if anybody knows, it's China Dave. China Dave knows everything. He's my hero. If you live in, okay, so let's see. If you could live in the United States in a middle-class lifestyle for the same cost as living in Australia, where would you live? I'd live in the Philippines. It's more interesting over here. My vehicle is my gay-looking little scooter. So, I don't know, $100 for registration and not gas, but maintenance. $100 a year to maintain it. Round numbers. Oh yeah. Yeah, I knew that going in. Sorry about your hip, but no, they don't pay. Pacific Cross would pay. Oh no, I don't feel guilty, buddy. I feel good about it. I just want to do what I want to do when I want to do it, you know. Oops. What's the cost to support baby man a year? Then what is the cost to support baby man a year, please? She seems real nice and sweet. Well, there's 2 ways of looking at it. It can either be an expense or it can be a money saver, right? So if we go out, we have a joke where if I go out by myself, she goes, "How was your day?" And I always tell her, well, it was great because it was half price. I only had to buy 1 hamburger instead of 2. So May is a very low maintenance girl. And she's self-sufficient, and she's never once asked me for a penny for her family, ever. But she has taken her own funds and helped them with it. And I've never set that precedent where I'm going to do it, because it gets addictive. And so, no, I'm not going down that rabbit hole. If you have someone like Baby May, who knows the value of a dollar, I don't want to call her cheap, not out loud, but she will not shop, for example, at Robinson's unless she's buying makeup. That's the only thing she'll do and pay retail. She'll go into Watson's and buy makeup. But as far as a pair of shoes or, she'll buy undergarments there. I shouldn't say anything. But if she saw a handbag, for example, for, I don't know, $100, never happened, because she knows we go to what's called Okai, and she went and bought a ton of stuff with a couple of other girls, and it's secondhand, but it's like brand new, really. Comes from the United States, Canada, Australia, kind of like Goodwill, I guess, being shipped over. But like, she literally found this place where everything is 10 pesos. It's 20 cents. And she's much more excited about buying something like that than she sees 5,000, let's just say, for that handbag that she could give to her sister, or she could put in her savings account for buying a house or whatever. So what does it cost to support her? I have to pay rent anyway. I have to pay my aircon. The only real expenditure, I want to expand on this a little bit, would be food and then her necessities. But if we eat at home, we save money. Our biggest expenditure is eating outside and entertainment. When I was single, I ate outside almost every meal. So I'm not a big cook. With May, we went to Hypermart yesterday and bought $80 worth of stuff, and that could last us for 2 months. So at the end of the day, Bert, she saves me money. Where I've been with I had one other girlfriend who about bankrupted me. No, that's not a true statement. Well, there you go. Willie's got us hoping in August. I'll take that. Probably will. I heard that America was 50%. Is that right? I get my news much later. Good morning. Yeah, Diggity Dog and Friends. That's us. But which August? I get it. Yeah, lots of news, but I don't have a complete story for you yet. So until I do, I'm not going to say anything. In fact, Mark's going to help me with that. Okay, so this comment says, I don't think Cebu has ever really opened back up. They are back shy after the dengue debacle. Excuse me. I didn't hear about dengue. Yeah, it's possible, Tom, that they may require that you show that you've been vaccinated. It'd be a shame if they did, but Let's see, over a month since I signed up with Schwab, at least a few days ago, they added the card to the app, and I still don't have the debit card. Good thing I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. Yeah, relax on that. What does Bowie mean to you? Bowie was not an influence, but Bowie was somebody that, I love his music. And number two, it's a word. He's just so multifaceted, you know. He's just so creative, a little envious. And he's got the world's greatest hair. Thailand is about 3 hours from here. Okay. Yeah, I couldn't remember. I looked a long time ago about going. It's about $100 to get there, 5,500 pesos. Yeah, I know it was cheap to fly there, and it seemed like it was cheap to stay there. I forgot about the 3 hours. That sounds right. I don't know about that, boss. Okay, so this is Paul. The 70% you're speaking about is to obtain herd immunity. To date, there's 21.5%. Oh, so see, I get weird information, Mark. I believe the Philippines is at 1.5. Yeah, that makes total sense. I thought the U.S. was a lot further along, or they got 200 million people vaccinated, something like that. I can't remember. See, I get it 2 days late, so. I do too. Yeah. So hit the like button, everybody, and you'll get a prize. I don't know. May, you want to come hang out for a while? Thank you very much. Why not? Oh, yeah. Yeah, now I get it. Yeah. You're right. All right, we're on a like roll. I like it. When do your comedies talk shows start? I don't know what you're referring to. So, Paul, you can definitely teach an old dog new tricks. I'm living proof. Can anyone tell me? You just did, right? And then after this, I changed this from a live stream. It stays a live stream, but it goes into a regular ass video that can be watched later. And then I just got to remember to put Riza's Facebook in there. No, we're still here. What does Paul subscribe to? Would be interested to see what is recommended on completely different topics. I subscribe to a lot of comedy stuff. Dry bar comedy. I subscribe to a guy named Logan Alec, Norm Macdonald, Bill Burr, and then I was subscribing to Tube Buddy, which I never watch, but I should, but I don't. And of course, I subscribe to May, and what else? Riza, and then I don't have that many subscriptions really. I watch a lot of how-to videos. I'm just kind of blasting through comments here, kids, because I always find myself getting behind. Okay, let's see. Guam is more than a U.S. military. There are hundreds of thousands of people with nothing to do with the military. Okay, so, maybe that would be a side trip. Go to Guam. Yeah, USA has gone through some changes. I agree with that. Bowie. Yeah, that was the magazine. It's that was a gift from someone very near and dear to me, who knows that I'm an avid Bowie fan. That's what it means to me. I would love to go to Japan, but I just don't think we can afford it, or I can afford it. I would love to go there. I would love to go have like authentic sushi, but from what I understand, it's super expensive. I just don't think it's in my budget. No, I don't know any beautiful Filipinos. Come on down, give it a try. I think we were talking about that earlier. I think it's like Hong Kong, Singapore, those places for some reason. There's a couple of tricks that you're supposed to use where she needs to have money in her pocket. And going in together is a very good idea. I think I can co-sign for her or guarantee her or something like that. And then she needs to bring a lot of proof of stuff, like proof that she has a bank account and proof that she has different IDs and PhilHealth. In other words, connections to the community. The ultimate would be if she owned a house or a business. That would be a reason for her to return. They're not worried about her leaving. They're worried about her not coming back. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The rain is, you immediately have to shower and get that washed off you. Yeah, I don't blame you, especially in California, boss. Yeah, Japan would be nice. Well, can I go visit? To be clear, what is being proposed is a COVID status certificate, so previous infection of negative test does just as well. Oh, okay. Yeah, something to show that you've taken the steps, right? You have vaccines, go to public school. This is no big deal. Of course, you should have the right to do what you want, but let's go and get vaccines, get back to normal. Well, I couldn't go to school without having all my smallpox vaccines and stuff like that. That makes sense, I guess. I'm not anti-vaccine. My kids couldn't go to school without their shots, if you will. But for stuff like smallpox and all that, I think that was like a miracle, right? This is something that is different. It's really tough to have fun. It's tough to travel. Go for it. After 3 years, has to go on a trip for 24 hours. Would be a nice trip to vlog. Yeah, I do have to go after 3 years. I've got about a year and a half left from my last trip. So I'm cool for school right now. Thailand's expensive, huh? I didn't know that. I got a friend over there. I'll ask him how it's going. Speaking of Gloria, how did Bud convince her to relocate to the Philippines, but not in her original province? I believe she may be from Luzon. I don't tend to know. I think they were somewhere prior to here, and it was much more in the province. And actually, Bud explained all this to me one time. I can't remember the details. Go figure. You're paying $4.30 for gas. Holy shit! I remember the $5 gas. Isn't that terrible? My friend Gary was telling me that it was really expensive. He was paying $3.50. And I guess there's a lumber shortage because COVID shut down all these industries, right? So they can't be making lumber and they can't make this and they couldn't make that. And I guess there's some kind of shortage for computer chips for cars. So now this guy's paying $2.72. Yeah. Are you in the USA, Jason? Inflation is running rampant. We've been printing money left and right? They closed down a bunch of the timber country, and now they closed down a lot of the construction for a long time. Yeah, it makes sense, right? The old supply and demand theory. if you can't go to work and cut down the trees, and you can't go to work and build the house, and you can't drive the car, and you're all locked up, obviously the supplies are going to shorten. And printing all the money and giving away all the money is going to cause inflation. That's cool to know. Your Humana Medicare, I guess that's a supplemental deal, huh? That's true. I agree with that statement. Fear God, not man or death. I agree. Mississippi, I think you guys have always got low gas prices. But I think places like California, Nevada, New York, with all the taxes they impose on top, it gets to be rough. Did anyone get a survey from PAL Airlines? They sent me one asking about travel with other vaccinated. I didn't get a survey. You need to rethink me taking a video while you travel, she made. She's in there doing that kind of crap right now. Maybe I will do a TikTok dance. Wouldn't that be something? Yeah, that's true. What's fascinating is how clean and neat everybody is. Just amazing.
You want coffee, Lalibot?
Huh?
You want coffee?
Sure.
Where's the glass?
Okay. I want coffee, of course. Men and women in their shoes. Women in their shoes. LOL. I notice men don't dress up over there, but the ladies love to dress. Yeah, the men are slobs. We're all tired of wearing suits and ties. And I think fashion and looking nice is more of a female thing anyway, right? Want to say hi again? What are you doing with those sunglasses on? Huh?
I TikTok for dance.
Oh, you did TikTok dance?
Yeah,
Speaking
for
of
my
TikTok, somebody said I should do TikTok. Look at this. Are you done with your TikTok dance?
For the live?
Yeah. No,
No.
I don't say do TikToks now. Are you done doing your video?
Yeah.
Oh, you're done. Okay.
Okay, I'm continue.
All right.
Bye-bye, guys.
So that's it. You're going to go back and do it. Okay. Bye-bye, May. Here she goes.
So hard, buddy.
Unbelievable. Never a dull moment. Yeah. How are you? Norm MacDonald's got this great line. He goes, whenever I want to have sex, I just escalate, like lay on top of her. So yeah, I got in touch with my old pastor. Kind of going back over what I was talking about before. I think I got the microphone thing figured out with the new phone. I'm looking forward to that. I'm not going to tell anybody what I'm doing anymore. I'm going to keep everything secret. A tuk-tuk. I've been in many a tuk-tuk when I lived in Thailand. Those guys drive me crazy, those tuk-tuk drivers. Thanks for the prayer for the fourth power. Their mother and father are still in the hospital with COVID. Sorry to hear that, Joel. Can you ask Paul if he knows a good longsmith? Don't be silly. Yeah, there you go. Hey, Dave, it's nice to see you too. Yeah, Phil Health. You can get Phil Health over here cheap. It doesn't cover a whole lot, but that would be Philippines only. Are there community? Yes, there are. Yes, there are. They do have some sort of deal like that. Interesting. I keep hearing that from people, then other people contradict that and say, no, it's military only. So I'd like to know where the other places are. Don't tease me. Let's see here. I paid 100 for a brand new Avenger. What's an Avenger? 100,000 pesos is $2,000, right? Massive stress reduction. Yeah, see these cheapskates tuning in for free. They're not all volatile. You just have to pick the right one. Like May, what can I tell you? She's 35 years old. I think that has a lot to do with it. I think the volatility of the personality, number one, that's just, we're all born differently. Some of us are hotheads. Some of us are very calm. Some of us are alphas. Some of us are betas. Some of us are passive aggressive, blah, blah, blah. So number one, you got that to deal with. That's worldwide, right? But I think the biggest problem guys have is they get involved with women that have not matured yet emotionally. Now, to contradict myself, I know 2 or 3 guys that are with really young women, and the women are wise and mature beyond their age, well beyond their age. But I think that's the exception, not the rule. It's the same thing in America. I asked a couple of guys yesterday or the day before, we were talking about this subject, and I said, let me pose this question. What kind of man were you when you were 21 years old compared to the man you were when you were 31 years old? And they both agreed with me, light years, different goals, different aspirations, different attitudes. It's been proven that the brain isn't fully matured or formed or developed or whatever you want to call it until the age of 25. If you don't believe me, check out car insurance rates. Do you know that I can't speak for females, but for a male, if you're 24 years old and you're paying, let's just say $2,000 a year for car insurance because you're high risk, the day you turn 25, it goes down to about $800 a year. It massively reduces because the insurance companies, if you want to know anything, insurance company, they got nothing but these little guys called actuaries that just sit around and figure out the statistics on things. So the dating can be a challenge, especially if you are with someone youthful, if you will. I've had more than one conversation with guys that have gone through breakups, and they said, man, that's the last time I date anybody under 30. She really is. Thank you, Craig. She's not perfect, though. Trust me. She has her moments. Whatever guys are, you got that right. Oh, man. Light years. But that's really my point, is that if I live alone, which I'm fine living alone, I like myself. I mean, I can live alone. I don't need somebody here with me all the time. I enjoy having May here, obviously. Been with her for 2 years. However, I got to pay rent. I got to pay for electricity, all the stuff that I'm paying for. Doesn't matter if one person lives here or 10 people live here. I'm still going to make that payment. So she doesn't cost me anything that way. It's really just personal stuff like makeup. And then again, our standing joke is that when I go out by myself, it's half price because I don't have to buy her a Coke or anything. And believe it or not, 9 times out of 10, when we go for coffee, May doesn't have anything. She just says, nah, I don't want anything. Every blue moon, she wants, a strawberry smoothie. That's her thing. And when we go out to eat, every blue moon, she'll go off the hook and order something that's, a little higher price than normal. But neither one of us ever order drinks. I would say 90% of the time, we just drink water, service water, free water. And if you go to a place called Soban, it's a Korean place, one of our favorite places to go. And her and I can eat there really well, air conditioned, good service, good food, fresh, for about $7. That's for both of us. Same thing with Sans Rival. That's another place that, again, it's kind of a generic menu. It's not the best food you're going to eat, but it's the same every time. And we eat there for about $7, $8. And that's for both of us. I mean, think about it. I don't pretend to know this to be a fact, but I heard that when I left the States 4 years ago, I think you could get a Big Mac, fries, and a Coke for $5 or $6. Does that sound about right? And if somebody told me now it's like $12, I don't know. Is that true? Is that going up that much? I agree. And you know that every morning she has the same routine. Every morning she wakes up and she does her prayer thing. I've mentioned that. But every morning, first thing she does, she makes the bed. That's just her habit. And then she sweeps the floor, and then she mops the floor. And it's not like I've never once told her, hey, clean this house. In fact, I've offered. I said, you don't want to clean the house. We can get somebody in to do that for you. It's not that expensive. She said, no, I like doing it. I want to take care of it. I would say the biggest expense with May is food. And she adds to the laundry bill. And every bloom, and she gets a lot of headaches. She does have some medical issues that pops up, so I have to buy some medications for her. And the medications are not all that cheap, but it's not a deal breaker. I mean, it's not something that's like, oh no, we've ruined our budget. I budget $100 a month for just that, you know, anything that comes out of the ordinary. Peanuts. I wish I had a Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra. And that's the phone I bought. That should last me 5 years. So I figure you're the best, Paul. So laid back. What's your secret about being laid back? I would honestly tell you that it's I'm laid back because I don't want to say I don't care, and I don't want to give away too much because it is sort of a topic of a video. Oh, I want to tell you, but I'm afraid if I say it, it'll get hijacked. So anyway, let's just say it's my personality and my lifestyle and outlook. Okay, thank you to China Dave. You're a rock star. We will go ahead and splurge on a mango shake, and I'll get a big latte. How's that? That'll spend that $10. Appreciate you, bro. 50%. That's exactly right. Well, there you go. Yeah. Now, May, on the other hand, has given money to her family, but she's never asked me to. I've never done it. But I have given them stuff. I take that back. About once a month, we go to the store and May buys extra food. And she cooks up a lot of chicken because her parents don't get much protein. And then we ship that once a month to her parents with Riza. Riza will come out and visit her sister who lives out there. May cooks up all this food, puts it in a package, gives it to Riza. Riza trucks it back and gives it to the parents. That's once a month. So that's probably $20 at most. but it's not in the form of cash. With the initials of SS, who buys, likes, and subs. One day I'll have 3,000 views. The next, I don't know who that is. I have heard something about buying likes and views. I wouldn't know how to do that or why to do that. I think Google would catch it, wouldn't they? Good morning. Right on. You know, I'll take the vaccine when it comes out, as long as it's not the Chinese friggin' thing, because I don't trust it. So you're saying 37%. Like somebody else said 21%. Just got your first 2 shots. Isn't that all you need? Is 2? I don't use a VPN. Probably be a good thing to have. I think some of the large states are vaccinating. Maybe that is what I hear. Of course, I do hear everything 2 days behind schedule, so who knows? I look to you people for information. Like spike. I don't know what that means, but okay. Overall, 21%. See, we got 21% here. And right here, a 1 dose. I'm trying to figure this out. What do you figure, kids? By the end of the year, they'll have the majority of the people to where you can get that herd thing going on? No kids in this future, buddy. Been there, done that. I'll be a great uncle or something. Mark Santerios, I don't know who that is. 51% of 16 and over have at least 1 dose. Very effective. Mark my words, we have turned a corner. See, it's here we go. Wait, watch this one. Wait, hold on. 21%, 37%. Well, if that hasn't cleared it up, I don't know what does. Wait, let me have you enjoy it again. Here's the US, it's 21. Here we go. We're at 51. Here we go. Okay. You guys got that? I don't know, man. I'll go fishing one of these days. I've just been and you know what? Fishing. I'd love to go fishing, bro. But it's and my friend Woody, because he could hook me up, but it just hasn't been in the cards. That's why I think next month, the month after, I'm going to slow down the YouTube thingy, and I'm going to try to do some other stuff and not freaking vlog it. In fact, not even take my stupid phone with me. Just go, go and fish for the sake of fishing. Whenever I meet somebody for coffee, the first thing I do is I turn off my GD phone and put it in my pocket. I want to listen to them. I don't want to be like this. Any good-looking women there in their 50s? Absolutely. In fact, I can think of one in particular. J-Lo is available. J-Lo is available. Oh, my God. So I'm going to wrap it up pretty soon. Let's see. I want to make sure some of these are duplicates. $3.55 a gallon at Costco in Upland, California. I think when I left, it was $2 a gallon, and then there was a time when it was like free. Remember that when there was this glut? and oil dropped down to nothing for some reason. I already forgot about why that happened. And then they shut down the Keystone Pipeline and all that other stuff. So I don't understand. Why would you do that? Yeah, I don't like to talk politics either. And but I do remember that there was, under the previous administration, there was really cheap gas. And it did get to like zero, where it was negative, where I forget what the hell caused it. Oh, you know what? COVID caused it. That's what it was. Nobody was going anywhere. Nobody was flying. Nobody was driving. And they were still producing. That's what it was. But why is it jacking back up? I thought everybody was still locked up. Anybody? What are we doing? She is adorable. Yes, she is. Movie star May. That's right. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to all of her videos. Today with Baby May. So it's about $3 a gallon in Vegas. How much was it in California? $3.55. That sounds right. It was always more in Cali. So I used to drive from Vegas to California, and I can remember it being about that's about the same proportion. But it was $2 when I left. But things go up and things go down, right? Yeah. She's doing TikTok, I think, or yoga or something over there. Speaking of gas for your car, I remember traveling from New York City to San Diego in 1960 and 70, passing through Texas, being over. Yeah. No, when I first started driving, it was 50 cents a gallon. We'll catch you later. I'm going to sign off. How long have we been on here? Yeah, I've been on here for 2 hours. That's an hour and 50 minutes too long. Hey, Baby May, you want to say bye-bye?
Yeah. You done?
Yeah, we're going to wrap it up. So come say goodbye.
Okay.
And then we will say goodbye to everybody.
Bye guys. Thank you for watching to the default live screen. I'm so happy. Thank you.
All right. So anyway, I want to make sure, as usual, I didn't get through all of the freaking comments because I talk too much. But anyway, the last one is from RL. Well, it's good time night over here. Have a good one, Paul and Baby May. Keep smiling. Thanks for keeping me company.
Yeah,
Well, there you go.
thank you.
See you guys later. Have fun. Have a good day.